A dad once kept some books in a shelf and some money in one of the books, in a bid to teach his son about trust. He asked his son to choose the book which had the money inside, and whenever the son picked a book, he would look at his dad, and the dad, who knew which book had the money, would show him signs that that wasn't the book. So the son learned to read the signs, and whenever he picked a book, he would drop it if the sign his father gave said, "Not that book," until his father showed him a different sign before he settles to check the book and he find it. God knows who he has for you. They are in the midst of many others who might look like it, but you have to learn to read the signs. If you pick a person, make sure you look towards God and ask him, "Is this the one?" Learn to trust God enough to understand his signs and to act accordingly when it comes to choosing the right one. In doing this, here are some signs that will definitely be around the corner when you are with the wrong person. Number 1, your partner doesn't share your faith. There is no excuse for this. If they play down on your faith and they are nonchalant about your faith and they don't think about your beliefs as reasonable, then they can't be the right one for you. God himself has called them wrong. The sign is right there in scripture. Do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness? What harmony is there between Christ and Belial? Or what does a believer have in common with an unbeliever? 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14 to 15. They can't be right for you if they don't share your faith or your values. You are both headed in two different directions, opposite directions. Even if everything seems to be alright, the basis of life, which is faith, is wrong, and so everything else will eventually crumble on it. Number 2, if they don't care about your concerns. You communicate your feelings, but nothing ever changes. You always have a reason to hope they will change, but they never do. There is absolutely nothing wrong with being optimistic, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. But waiting for your partner to change is a recipe for heartache. In a healthy partnership, you and your partner will express your individual concerns and find a way to tackle issues together. If you love the wrong person, you can have all the tough talks you want and communicate your concerns as often as you like, but nothing will ever change. That's because you can't ever really expect to change a person. Most people are reluctant to change on their own accords. In situations like this, it's important to realize that this might be a long drawn-out breakup in disguise. Eventually, you will need to be honest with yourself about where this relationship is or isn't going. You can't spend the rest of your life trying to change them and all of a sudden they won't change. That's a waste of time. Number 3, they always make it about them. You know, some people just can't make it about anyone else but themselves, and they may not do it intentionally. They may even be doing it unintentionally. Maybe they were the only child and their parents made the mistake of enabling them and revolving everything around them. I don't know, but if you are in something where he or she always figures out a way to make it about them, you are going to feel unheard and very, very alone. There is nothing more sad than feeling alone in a relationship. If it seems like a partner is more interested in how you fit in their world than they are with your individual needs, you might be dating the wrong person. If your partner's words and actions screams me, 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 you should find someone who appreciates your needs and not only theirs. Number 4, you keep them away from your friends and family. If you haven't introduced your partner to your friends or your family despite spending a decent amount of time together, you might be dating the wrong person. Let's just face it, shall we? There are only a few reasons why you wouldn't introduce your partner to your friends or family, and none of them are pretty. If you are so embarrassed by this person that you don't want to invite them into your social cycles, do everyone a favor and pull the plug. If your relationship is causing you to spend a lot less time with your friends and family, you may have fallen for the wrong person. If you have to sacrifice your other normal existing relationships on the altar of keeping them, they are wrong and unhealthy for you. Number 5, they don't show the characteristics of love. The Bible gives the definition of what love should look like, and you should run yourself and your partner by these characteristics. If they do not measure up to a high existence with these characteristics that the Bible gives, they can hardly be the right person for you. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 4 to 7 tells us of these special characteristics. Let's look at it. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It doesn't boast. It is not proud. It doesn't dishonor others. It isn't self-seeking. It's not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. I want you to put them on this scale of love and see where they stand. This is the criteria for love that will stand the test of time. If you are being honest about it and you find out that they just don't cut it based on this, do yourself a favor and move on. The Bible can be trusted to give you the right yardstick to use. The heart wants what it wants, but your heart may not always want what's best for you, and you may easily fall in love with the wrong person because of this. And matters of the heart may be shrouded in feelings, and it's not always as obvious as it seems to know the right or wrong person. But you can always check out these signs on whoever. The wrong person will be found wanting in them. Just make sure you are bold enough to let them go and not make excuses for them anymore. You will be better off for it, and your heart will be clearer to find the right person. Your life is not a rehabilitation center where you have to spend it changing and fixing people. No, you deserve to be loved rightly by the right person. So I want you to summon the courage to go for the right person. Let go of that wrong person in your life. I want you to weigh each person in your life and check them if they are the right or the wrong person for you.